Instructional video on how to make a WordPress blog for this class. It's very simple and it only takes a few minutes. So first thing you want to do in the URL bar, go to wordpress.com and you will get to a page like this. Now, I already have an account. If you don't have an account, you'll click on Get Started and it'll ask for your email address, a username, password. It'll ask you to create your account or connect with Google. It's very simple. Just follow these steps and it will lead you to where you want to go. I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in. If you have an account, you can already log in as well. So it will, when you first log in, it will take you to something like this. Where you're gonna get to a page pretty soon that looks like this, a new site. So you want to create a shiny new WordPress.com site. So go there, start now. What do you want to name your site? You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You can change this later if you want. You don't need to fill out this, what will your site be about, all this business. You don't need that, so just click on continue. Now you need to give it an address. So this also, it doesn't matter what it is, but this you can't change, but it also doesn't matter what it is. So if I write Jeff's Nonfiction blog, and what you want to choose here is the free one, right? So if it's available, if it's not available, it will tell you, but if it's available, you'll see what you just typed in, .wordpress.com free. That's what you want, the free one. Here again, they'll try to get you to pay, but all you need is the free. Best for students, that's what you are. So start with free. And you'll get to a page that looks like this. The journey begins, So there's a few things just to show you. You're already on your way. So just to get used to WordPress, what you have here is the kind of control panel where you can add content. This is what your site looks like, right? At any moment, you can go to Visit Site, and this will show you your site. Okay. If you want to add content and things, if you're on your site, if you go to your top left-hand corner and click on My Sites, you'll see that. So that's again how you add content. Okay. So the first thing I want to show you is settings. So if you go to settings down here, again, that's just the settings on the left, you'll get to this page. So here you can change the title if you want. You can put a tagline. If you want to, you don't want to change language. Now, one thing that's important that you do is change the time zone. So this way I'll know that all your assignments were submitted on time. So click on UTC -5. UTC -5, okay? Now, you can just keep your blog public. If you just want it to be used for this class but don't want anyone else to see it, you can click on private, in which case you'll have to approve people to see your site. So I guess that's a personal choice. I would recommend you just leave it public. It makes it easier, and honestly, nobody's going to go and check out your site anyway, unless they're looking for it. So UTC -5, that's the time zone. Save settings. Okay, now other things that you can set up. If you go to discussion here, it automatically emails you anytime anyone posts a comment's held for moderation. I would suggest you keep this like the way it is. This way I will be writing comments on your work, and this way you'll get like an email saying, oh, you've received a comment. So you can keep that the way it is, okay? So we're back at the site. Now, the next thing I'll show you is how to set up the pages that you need, okay? So you'll see that you have home and contact here, but that's not what we want. So to set up pages, on the left-hand side here, you'll see it says customize. Now, one thing to be aware of, it says themes here. If you click on customize, or if you click on themes, it does two different things. So in fact, what you want to do here is click on customize, loading the customizer, and you want to click on menus. Okay, here you'll probably have primary menu, so click on that. Now it has home and contact, and you don't need these, so you can actually If you click on this arrow, you can just remove this, you can just remove that, and you want to add items. So you click on add items, and you want to add new pages. So I'm just going to add all the pages you need. So you need a proposal. So you'll click on that. There, it's there. First draft. It's there. Research. There. Interview. Outline. Voila. Second draft. Now, you can call these whatever you want. I'll just get rid of this for now. Just like you can be creative here. If you want to call it like El Drafto Numero Dos or whatever, I have no problem with that. I encourage creativity as long as it's clear what it is. Like I'll look at El Drafto Numero Dos and I know what that is. So if you want to use more creative names for these things, please be my guest. You need a final draft, and you need a bibliography. So this is kind of setting up your online portfolio. So that's how it should look in this order here. Proposal, first draft, research, interview, outline, el drafto numero dos, final draft, bibliography. If you've somehow, and please put it in this order, it makes it easier for me. If you've put it in the wrong order, you can always move things around like so if you need to, okay? But let's put in, if you put it in this, it makes like a submenu, which we don't really need right now, but if you ever want to do that later for some reason, you can. But for now, it should just look like this. Proposal, first draft, research, interview, online, el drafto numero dos, or second draft, final draft, bibliography. And then click on publish. Great. So we're making great progress here. The next thing I'll show you, if we go back here, close this, is how to add content. So what I'm going to show you is how to create a blog post. Yeah, so we'll do that first. So if you go to blog posts, if you click on blog post, you'll see you have the journey begins. It usually starts with something like that. You don't need that. You can get rid of that. And what you want to do is add new posts. So there's different ways to add posts. You can click on write here. I think, I never use that. But you can add a blog post here. I'm going to go with add here. So this is a blog post. Now you'll add a title. So I want everyone to make just a test post. This will be part of your homework assignment. Now, you have a word processor here. So it's just regular word processor. You have all the things you need, bold, italics, etc., etc. One thing that I would recommend, like if you're working on longer pieces, is to, I'm just going to open something that, sorry, I'll open our course online. Okay, if you're working on longer pieces, you can write in here. It's probably better to write in a word processor that you're more familiar with, like Microsoft Word or something, and just copy it over. Now, one thing just to be aware of when you copy and paste stuff from, let's say, Microsoft Word, is it does change the formatting a little bit. Like one space becomes two spaces. Sometimes it becomes no spaces. So just be aware if you're copying and pasting things over from another document, you might have to work on the formatting. But we're not going to worry about that too much today. Okay. So you can just write. So you can just write any sentence. Hello, I am a human. Good. I'm going to show you how to do a couple more things. I'm going to show you how to add a hyperlink because that's really useful to do. So let's just say if I go to, okay, I'll go to The Athletic. This is a site I read often. And let's say I want to put a link to this article. Okay. So you can just copy and paste the URL. But you'll notice this is not how the internet works, right? It doesn't look like this when you have a link. So a way to add a link so it looks more readable is highlight the word that you want to. So let's say if I say Pierre Lebrun wrote an interesting article. Oops. So let's say I write the sentence and I want a link from interesting article. So what you do is you highlight interesting article, you click on Insert Edit Link. You paste the URL here. I like to always click on Open Link in New Window. In fact, please do that whenever you include a link because it makes it a lot easier. Click on Add Link, and if we publish, you can just publish it right now. You'll see this takes you to the link. Okay, so the next thing I would like you to do, now if you want to edit your post again, you can click on Edit here, go back to it. Okay, so your tasks here for this test post, write a sentence, insert a hyperlink to, okay, it's task 1, do that. This is all homework stuff you need to do just to prove to me that you can do it. Okay, so you'll see it's not great, like it doesn't necessarily format numbering well. Okay, the next thing I'll show you how to do is add a photo. So there's probably numerous ways to do this, but I'll show you the way that I know. So if you have an add button here, add content, right there. So if you click on add media, you can add photos. Now the way I usually do this is, let's say if I want a photo of kittens, safe thing to Google. So it's like, oh yeah, I need this picture. So I'll save this picture to my desktop, so I have it. Okay, so you can take any photo that's saved onto your computer, click on Add New. You can find it here, or you can just drag and drop it. But here, a gray kitten meowing. Aww. And you can click on Insert, and here you have the photo. Okay, so pretty cool. You can add a caption if you want. You can make it bigger or smaller. You can center it. Right justify doesn't really show because it's too small, but you can left justify, right justify, etc., etc. You can also wrap text around it. So if I keep writing, I'm just gonna. Anyway, there's a way to wrap text around it. It's not super important for now. You can play around with it. It's one of these, or a couple of these. Anyway. You'll figure it out. Okay, so that's how you add a photo. If you want to add like multiple photos, like make a slideshow or something, this is totally possible. All you have to do is click on Add Media, Add New. You can add a few photos. I just have these screenshots because I was just practicing stuff. What's this? No, I shouldn't put that. Okay, sorry. I should have prepared this before. Okay, let's say if I want the kitten in this photo, and what's this? This screenshot. Okay, I'm just gonna take these 3 photos. Okay, I'm just going to add these 3 photos. So if you have a few photos and you click on continue here, you'll see there's different ways that you can present them. Individual images, thumbnail grid, tiled mosaic, square tiles, etc., etc. So you can play it. So I'll click it on square tiles, link to the media file, let's say, and insert. And then you can get this, and you'll see when I publish it, you can click on each one and it makes the photo bigger. So again, another tool that you can use. Okay. One last thing to show you in posts, which is adding video. So you don't need to add a slideshow if you don't want to for this exercise. I just wanted to show you. Okay. But the 4th thing I want you to do is add a video. And adding a video could not be easier if you go to YouTube, par exemple, And okay, let's say Gordon Lightfoot, Record
This
Edmund
message
Fitzgerald.
is the perfect
So
time.
if you want to add a video, all you have to do is copy and paste the URL like so, and whew, it automatically embeds. What a life. Another thing about YouTube, if you're not aware, if you click on the share button and you want to share, embed a link, you can start it later, right? So if I want to start this video at 1 minute 3 seconds, I can do that, copy the link. I think that worked. Go back to edit post, and well, it should work. Okay, click on update, visit post. So you should have those 4 things in your post. Insert a hyperlink, add a photo, and add a video. Did this work? Yeah, see, it starts at 1 minute 3. So please do that. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple of more things, and then we'll be good for today. So let's say you want to change the way it looks. You're like, yeah, this is kind of boring. I don't like this. You can go to themes. So under next to customize, it says themes. Click on themes, and here you can change the overall look of your blog. Now, some of them you have to pay for, but some are free. So what I would suggest is click on free, and you can search the free ones. And then if you're like, ooh, this one looks cool, you can try it. Activate site, and then you'll see, oh, okay, that looks kind of, oops, sorry, that looks nicer, whatever. So you can change the theme. I encourage you to play around with that. Just a word, WordPress is getting better at this, but some of the themes behave differently than other ones. So if you find your blog is just acting weird or something looks weird and you can't fix it, you try changing the theme, because that often can solve the problem. A couple of last things. Again, you can change other things here in the way it looks. So if you click on customize, there's a few things you can do here. Colors and backgrounds, so you can change the color scheme. They have different palettes usually you can choose from. You can change the header image, so if you don't like this one, you can choose another one. You can upload one of your own if you want to. What else? Widgets you don't need to worry about. Fonts, you have certain control over the fonts you want to use, so you can change all of this. I would say go to town, have fun. The only thing that matters is that everything is readable. So like, don't give me a black background with like dark gray text, because I won't be able to read it. So as long as I can read everything, we are golden. And that is pretty much it. Okay, 2 more things I would like to show you. The first one is, now I need your URL. So the way to give me the URL for your blog is to go to our class blog, so nonfictionbxe.wordpress.com, go to student blogs, and oh, sorry, I just need to do something. Just give me 1 second. This is not part of your lesson. This is just something I need to do because I haven't done it yet. So nothing. Oh, right. This is something else. This reminds me. This is something else that you need to do. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, there's a couple more things. Before you share your URL with me, there's a few things you need to do. If you go to My Sites and go to Site Pages, if you go to each page, so let's say bibliographies here, what I want you to do, if you go to the right under More Options, where it says More Options here, click on More Options. And at the bottom, it says Allow Comments. I would like this to be checked. I think by default it's unchecked, but I want you to allow comments. This way, this is how I will comment on your work, okay? So I want you to do that for all of your pages. Go to More Options, Allow Comments, Update. It'll take a couple seconds, but be sure to do that. I won't do all of them here, but be sure to do that for all of your pages. Allow comments, okay? Now, the last thing I want you to do is send me your address. So if you go to our class blog, which you have the URL for, and you go to student blogs here, click on it. Here you'll see leave a reply. So here, all I want you to do is write your name, and underneath, copy and paste the URL of your blog. Now, be careful, don't copy and paste from here, because if you do it from here, I won't be able to access it. You have to be at the actual site, not at the control panel. And there it has the address. Copy and paste the address. Voila. Post comment. You likely won't see it. It might say it's being held for moderation, which is normal. But as long as you do that, you should be good. Okay. The last thing I'm going to show you is now how do you access your site again. Okay, because you'll notice now you might stay signed in on your computer, but if I sign out and I go to my blog address, all of a sudden I can see it, but I can't edit it. Okay, like you see with our class blog. So in order to be able to edit again, you have to go back to WordPress and you have to log in. Okay, so once you log into WordPress, you should see your site. Now I have many sites, so when I click on my sites, I see a lot of them. If you only have one, you'll just see the one, or you might have a couple of them, but you just sign into WordPress and that's how you access your site again. Okay, so that is how you make a WordPress blog. Do your best. Make sure to give me the URL. And if you have any questions or problems, we have lots of time to figure it out. Just ask me in class or come to see me in my office. Thank you very much. Bye.